back to Kish YZ, kicking in the second half. Today, we have another experimental segment that we're doing for our channel. This was actually Cousin Fred's idea. What up, Cuz? Usually I say I'm your host, D, but hey, what up, Cuz?
What's up, D? What's going on, man?
Welcome back, bro. Hey, glad to have you. Yeah, you discussed on doing something in this style of manner, so came up with the title. This is going to be called PTO, which stands for Personal Takeover, and this is where we are filling in the shoes of whatever part of the either management or coaching or whatever influences the decisions of a team or a franchise. We're taking over through our perspectives of what we would like to see or have done for a particular team. And today we're covering the Orlando Magic. So this is our very first episode of PTO Volume 1, Orlando Magic. Like I said, I'm your host, D. We're back again with Cousin Fred. I would like to also let the viewers know, please give us a like if you like our videos. Please give us a subscribe to our channel and stay notified for our updates on new drops, new videos. But once again, April, it's almost the end of April, and this is Limb Loss Awareness Month. And for every subscriber that we have by the end of this month, I am donating $1 to the Limbs for Life organization at limbsforlife.org. Once again, Limb for Life Foundation and Limb Loss Awareness Month of April. So just a couple more days left. I'll be making that donation on May 1st. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into the episode. So, cuz, bro, like, yeah, we'll see what happens with this since it's our first one. I do have some notes here, but is there anything you want to get out first with this PTO? Um, Anything, traditional, non-traditional? You want me to take the lead on this?
Yeah, I'll let you take the lead on it. And I'll just work off of you. I have a couple ideas, but I'd like to hear what you got to say too.
Okay, I'm not sure if you were viewing it this way, but I'm viewing it for like a trying to do like a whole perspective of not just rosters and whatnot. So I
Yeah.
want to start out kind of with like a bang, like something that can get us pumped into it. First thing, I'm thinking they should change the logo.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, nothing extravagant, nothing over the top. I don't really have anything particular in my mind when I thought about changing the logo, but just looking at it, like the typical what's it like the Orlando blue ball basketball with like it looks like it's on fire, but it's almost like a shooting star basketball, and it's not a terrible design. It's just something they've had for a while, but they're clearly in rebuild mode. There's nothing carrying on from the past here. So I say restart that. And what better way to restart for next season, like immediately, than one of my personal favorite things about the league? Jerseys, NBA jerseys, bro.
Yeah. They could work. I can't quite remember which jersey it is, but they could maybe do a re logo with those light gray and orange
You
jerseys
like
they
that
got.
colorway?
Oh, I
It's
love it.
it's kind of like, I guess it's like a tangerine type of, like you said,
Yeah.
orange in Florida, where they kind of grow the oranges every over there.
Yeah.
Do like what, like some juiced jerseys where they're mostly orange, like call it the squeezed colorway.
Yeah, I think it would look good. They would have to try to not make it as close to OKC though, but I
Of
think
course, yeah, with the colors, the
yeah.
orange, maybe not fuse it too much with blue, but do something maybe orange and green, like the
Ooh,
leaves of
yeah.
the tree, just a hint of green, but mostly orange, a little bit of black. So maybe not their primary colors, but maybe like well, if they're not getting an earned edition, that's for sure. Go ahead and give them the record so far for the season. Just plug that in.
Record is they are uh 14th in the East and they're sitting at 19 wins and 43 losses. So,
Yeah, I'm not proud of that. So yeah,
yeah.
I want to encourage stuff for the future. So let's start over. I do have some ideas for some jerseys though. Even though I said change the logo, but the jersey is kind of part of that as well. I had an idea for a Shattered Stars jersey, like kind of
Ooh.
I don't know the exact concept, but something with like the stars are like just dripping down. Like I don't know if it's coming through a rim like a Shaq dunk, and they're just like it's the backboard was broken and it just became a bunch of stars. The Magic tend to have the stars somewhere in their logo. So that was just one concept there. Another one, peep this. So you know who Gambit is from
Oh yeah.
the X-Men?
Yeah.
Gambit themed jerseys, because it's the Magic, and you can have like something
Ooh.
where it's not him on it, but like something to do with like the cards, like how Gambit has, the fold of cards in his hands, something with some cards, maybe somewhere across one of the breasts of the chest of the jersey. And again, something with some stars or something, but something to show Magic, something that's not too cheesy, hopefully,
Yeah.
but something with stars. And then my biggest thing right here, bro, because, they're in Orlando, and we know what else is in Orlando as far as entertainment, and it's on their jersey.
Yep.
Disney.
Yep.
Disney. What, bro? Disney Marvel themed jerseys. And it's not that each player has to have its own color, but why can't you do the roster completely with a different name on the back? Kind of how like they did those nickname jerseys back in the day.
Yep.
I don't know what year that was, maybe 2012, where they put their nicknames on the back. Might have been
Yep.
2015. Whenever they did that, do like Marvel theme, like Avengers, X-Men's, whatever. Have the players pick which ones they want in the back of their jersey. Like you see, like Cole Anthony, he's like, I want to be Iceman or something like that. Whatever.
Yeah.
Somebody could be Iron Man. So even if it's not like, oh, okay, these players are definitely this guy, you have access possibly to another market from a fan base and from people who aren't even Orlando Magic fans. Like, dude, I might want to get one of those jerseys. Look, it says Iron Man on the back. Even if you're not too familiar with the
Yeah.
player, because they're not putting the player's last name on the back, but they put the nickname, or the Avenger name or the Marvel hero name on the back. I think that would be really cool, and I think that would draw a lot of attention to the franchise.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I agree. I mean, you got a couple. First person that would come to mind would be Donovan Mitchell. I'm sure he'd like to come there and be called Spider-Man on the back of his jersey. Um,
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
think
mean,
I think a cool addition, which is probably not most people don't like, but I think they should bring the sleeves back on the jerseys.
why not try the sleeves out? I'm not sure if all the teams would have to do the sleeves, or if you could actually ask to have a particular set of jerseys for your team. If it's like a city edition, maybe just a city edition, have the sleeves on there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it might be something they need to look at, bring it back. I believe when they did do the sleeve dish, the jerseys, they were sponsored by Adidas at the time for their NBA apparel, but
Oh, yeah.
now it's Nike. So Nike's done a bunch of stuff with different colors and different designs, but you could possibly touch on that. I don't know if it's copyright against having sleeve jerseys if it's not Adidas.
Yeah, I don't know. I still remember LeBron ripping his in the middle of that game, so I don't think it's
Okay,
very.
so tearaway sleeves. I don't know if that could be a hazard.
Yeah.
Tearaway sleeves,
Yeah.
like one-time use. So, once it's torn away, just throw it in the crowd and somebody would be happy,
Yep.
when
Yep.
and to get back to normal. So that might be kind of interesting. Like it's
Yeah.
like a stress relief for the players who are really getting stressed out in the game. Like, okay, the sleeves are coming off, almost like a game breaker back if you played NBA Street. And
Yeah.
you hit the
Yeah.
buttons is like a game break. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. And like
That'd
go
be
into rage
funny.
mode with some more
Yeah.
comeback stuff. I don't know.
That would be sweet.
But yeah, well, is there anything you want to touch on in here, or you want me to keep going down the notes?
Wow,
Um,
you could keep on going down the notes.
and then another thing I was thinking of is spend money on the sports medicine staff. I'm not sure what you call that exactly, but sports medicine. You look at the players that they got, some of the young guys with some health concerns, Markel Fultz, Jonathan Isaac, obviously Cole Anthony. Nothing too major with Cole Anthony since he did resume play this season, but Fultz, something that he had a lingering injury problem when he came over from Philadelphia 76ers during that trade. Jonathan Isaac's been hurt back-to-back seasons. So yeah, definitely invest heavy into that. As almost whatever it takes. So like if this is your future and you believe in these players, like when you look at Jonathan Isaac when he plays and then you look at his stats on paper, like the dude's a beast. But if you can't stay healthy, you don't get anything out of that. No equity, no value out of that piece of of player right there as far as what they can bring to the court. You won't ever see it or get full value. And maybe the same thing with Fultz. And maybe that's why, he had problems in Philadelphia. And then when he came down, he looked pretty decent, like a good fit for the Orlando Magic here. But they definitely got to invest in this, or it's going to be just a waste. They're going to go underwater with these pieces here, in my opinion, if they don't take care of their players.
Yeah, I mean they got honestly they got a great young team. So yeah, they definitely got to prioritize them because I don't see many losing seasons with these young guys because I'm sure most of them are all used to winning, which is something a lot of young guys are going to have to deal with in the NBA is getting used to losing. But
Yeah,
people can
that's
only
a good
take
way
so
of saying it.
much. So
That's a good way of saying it. And like, that kind of ties into what I was saying earlier about those themed jerseys. A lot of these guys, with the Marvel movies that's come out throughout the years since they've been growing up, with them being as young as they are. I mean, what more excitement could you bring to your players? I mean, most of them, I'm sure, are watching Marvel movies, and to
yeah,
have that on their backs and to feel like they're more than just a player, like something, superhuman. That that right there alone could be enough to get these guys like, man, we can't lose these games. Make them
yep,
even more hungry than what they are. And I think that would be very encouraging to the players and to the fans. Like you got to get everything involved on one singular note here. In my opinion, I think it's just too much going on. Like I did read about when I was trying to do some research here about the arena, like wherever they play is the Amway Arena or whatever. That the fan experience is great, but they kind of feel like they could get some of these amenities are kind of like being at home. Like it's nothing like it's like it's good, but it's like nothing that's really engaging towards the game. It's like really engaging for the fan to be there, but not for the game. Like it's just really
yeah.
nice. Obviously never been down there myself, so I can't speak on that. Just going off what I saw online, but yeah, just look at some of the players though. Like we just mentioned those three guys. I want to throw out some concepts of maybe who they could pick up, or do you want to go with that? Do you have anybody in mind?
Um, well, I wouldn't say pick up, but more of a trade. But
I was thinking a trade too. You
yeah,
want to say yours? Or you want me to say mine?
yeah, I'll listen to yours first.
Okay, all right. So I was looking at the contracts earlier. So they have Otto Porter Jr. Right? They got him this year through the Bulls trade.
Yeah,
And he's coming off the books. I think I wrote down he's making like basically 28, almost 28.5 million dollars for this
yep,
season.
yep.
What was it, a player option or something? I can't remember. I think it might have been player option, but and that this might be the end of the player option. I might have looked at it wrong, but maybe they could do a potential sign and trade, sign them in the offseason and then trade them away. And I was looking at some players like if this team is young, obviously you're going to need some vets to help fill some roles as far as personnel, not necessarily being on the floor a lot, but just to help control emotions and everything with these
Hmm.
young guys. I'm gonna stay young, and I want them to look at if I'm the Magic, I want to get Marvin Bagley. The Kings are willing to get rid of him. I think he's a great rebounder. I think he's another guy. If I'm investing in sports management, I definitely would want to take care of him and his body. But when he's healthy, and plus the fact I believe that he played with Wendell Carter Jr. Shout out to Duke.
Yep.
He played with him, so why not put some former teammates together, and have some chemistry to start off with there. But maybe pick him up. And I also have another suggestion, just to keep it young. I'm doing this kind of like a 2K style, like where you're going to tank with this team because you're building for the upcoming future and you're trying to keep
Yep.
everybody together. I'm looking at either a trade for Bol Bol, which is what I initially wrote down after the Marvin Bagley, like because I really want to see Bol Bol do great things in the league and he can shoot. But then I was thinking, because I was thinking like Terrence Ross, maybe you can do a trade to Denver, give them another veteran experienced player that would really help their depth there. But then I was also thinking, well, you've had success trading with the Bulls. Maybe pick up Laurie Markkinen, another guy who's played with Wendell Carter Jr. I really like his game, and he offers some 3-point shooting and some floor stretching there. I mean, even maybe if you could do some wacky lineup where he's playing the three ball at sometimes, if the defense isn't too terrible as far as what you're giving up, but on offense, have him out there in the three. I mean, he's like 7 foot, right?
Yeah, yeah. He's a 7 footer.
I mean, yeah, there might be a time, I don't know, you could see in this potential thing here, like a mix up of between him, Jonathan Isaac, and Marvin Bagley on the court. Or, you still have Mobamba. Mobamba needs minutes. He needs minutes going forward. You got a lot of
Yeah,
young guys already on the roster, but yeah, if you can add a couple more young pieces, and see basically which one develops, like going into next season and the off season. It's like, okay, we have like duplicates for these positions. We're wanting depth, but as far as who gets the starting gig, like you have to compete against each other to see who's going to get the start. Like
Yeah,
you're all great players, but let that motivate each one of y'all to get better, especially in the front court there. If we're doing this log jam of bigs between Mo
yeah.
Bamba, Marvin Bagley, uh, Laurie Marketing, and Jonathan Ozzie. Well, he could play the small forward, so I like his versatility.
Yeah, that's funny that you actually mentioned Sacramento, because I actually have if I taken over, first thing I'm doing is I'm trading Otto just to get rid of that contract. And
Yeah,
I'm
definitely.
I'm I'm probably gonna bundle him with Markel just so it doesn't look that bad trying to get
Okay.
rid of him.
Yeah.
And I was actually, the reason I said funny you mentioned Sacramento is because um Buddy Hield won it out last year and he never got it.
That's true. You got to look
So
at these players who either want out or their organization wants them out.
yeah, and Buddy's got a pretty big contract. So I mean I'm pretty sure it would work. It would only be an extra 12 mil for Sacramento. And then I mean, who knows, maybe if they wanted to, they could get rid of Marvin Bagley and maybe ask for a third player in there.
Hey, I'm
Um,
with that. Hey, let's be partners and do this.
yeah. I mean, I think it would be smart because to me, you've known this since the season started. I'm really high on Cole Anthony. I've
Yeah.
been telling you, I think he's going to be great. I think I told you what last week. I think he's got that same kind of play style, kind of like D Rose and Russ. He's really aggressive. He's athletic, explosive. So I think he's going to be great. So if I'm them, I'm playing through Cole, and maybe I would give Mo a chance as like a post up big rather than just a screen and lob big or rebounding
Right.
big. I would
Yeah.
actually give
Just see what
Mo
they could
some.
do.
Yeah, I would give him some touches because he's 7 foot. He's not lazy. So like I don't know. He's not. How do I put it? He doesn't move like Jokic, if that makes sense.
He's more of that old school traditional big, right?
Yeah. He's
Like
quick.
rewinded about 5, 6 years ago.
Yeah. So he can definitely. I mean, he can face up. Mo can shoot threes too. So he can. He's got the face up
Yeah, I
game.
mean, and maybe it needs to be a coaching change as well. But I mean, it's hard to say because they're just needing to develop. But yeah, experiment around with different player lineups, and you never know what you might be able to create with the shooting abilities of these bigs. Yeah, I definitely like and agree with that Marvin Bagley and Buddy Hield scenario trade style, and that still keeps the ball, like you said, in uh, Cole Anthony's hands as
Yeah.
far as him being the primary playmaker and being able to facilitate for others while you have the shooters around, because some of these bigs can shoot. Buddy Hill can shoot, catch and shoot, and that'll just be great. And then if you're trading Markel Fultz away during that also kind of frees up some playing time for him. Are you seeing that they would possibly keep Michael Carter Jr. or just find a different vet to kind of help backfill, maybe like a George Hill or something?
Well, I don't know because they also have RJ Hampton and
Oh
Gary
yeah, that's
Harris.
right. I always kind of see RJ as kind of more of like a shooting guard, but yeah,
Yeah,
he's a point guard too.
I could see that too. But I don't know. They got a lot. They still got Dwayne Bacon. Um, I personally
But
don't know a lot about this Devin Kennedy guy. So I mean, he could be good, but I haven't.
Okiki looks pretty good.
Yeah, man, he was cooking the other day when we played
I
him. But
mean, that's what
yeah,
I'm saying. With some of these guys, I would say next season, it's okay. It's kind of like a toss up. If it's a log jam here, y'all need to compete for time, compete for minutes, compete to be a starter. Who wants it more? And then you
yeah,
kind of filter from there. Like you gather all you can for the cheap on the low and get rid of the pieces you really don't need. And then next season is like more of an experimental year, but in the right direction. Like you know where you're going. The team knows where you're
yeah,
going. So you need to work to compete to stay. And if you feel like you are better fit somewhere else, you can leave or get traded. But if you're here to stay, you're either going to be off the bench or you're going to be a starter. So we need to work together on this and just play hardball with them. Like, don't coddle as much, but just go into it like, hey, you know,
yeah.
we're expecting to be better than last season, but this is still an experiment. There's going to be ups and downs. You got to keep your head up. That's my opinion. I want to also say, like, I would hire LaMarcus Aldridge, not as a player, but as a skills trainer, I guess you can
Yeah,
say,
that's a
for some of
yeah.
these bigs. I mean, I know his game is kind of still like a traditional sense, but they can learn from that. If you're having these type of bigs, Marvin Bagley, and especially Mobama, like you're saying, because he could, spot up three and you know not just back down to the basket, but kind of post up and turn around jump shot. Like, I think that would be a good fit. Maybe somebody you can bring in that is not too high profile as far as paying out. I don't know how much it would be to have that happen, but that'd be cool for player development, in my opinion.
Yeah, yeah, that's actually a great idea. I wasn't actually thinking LaMarcus, because I kind of had a little. I wouldn't say it was a player coach, but I mean, if I was Orlando and I could spare the money,
Yeah.
um, I don't know why, but Tyson Chandler keeps coming
Hey,
up.
that'd be pretty cool too, because he's got that. He was like that lengthy rebound type of guy.
Yeah, he's an old head, so I mean, I'm sure he got a lot of secrets for them young guys down there in the paint, where to elbow people without getting caught and stuff like that. So
Yeah, throw him in there too. I mean, maybe
yeah,
you can have them both. One for offense, Tyson Chandler for defense. I would like that.
yeah, I'm pretty sure. I don't know even know, is he retired? I don't know. I can't
I
remember.
want to say that he is retired or just didn't play in the league this year.
Yeah, I ain't seen no highlights of him, so
Yeah, he could be on the coaching staff for sure. He could be like a Juwan Howard was with the Miami Heat, go from
yeah,
playing to just being on the sidelines. So
yeah.
nothing wrong with that, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I mean, who knows? I mean, really, if we really wanted to go uh wacky and out of the way, we could fire Steve Clifford. And to me, I have a perfect candidate, but I don't know if said candidate would be interested.
Throw it
Um,
out there or throw some
uh,
money at him.
D Wade. I mean,
Whoa, bringing
living
him back to
legend.
Florida, but not to the Miami Heat organization. That's
Yeah,
tough. You want to like really get them going and have that rivalry straight off.
yeah,
Like,
man.
bro, like
Yeah,
that's very interesting. That if you could pull that off and make it work and keep these guys motivated, like that's crazy because he's not that long out of the league and he probably still has some of that same passion as he would as a player as well.
yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure he'd be in practices trying to ask him to play 1-on-1, saying, "Hey,
Oh, for sure.
yeah, if you beat me, I'll let you start tonight, or if you scored 10 on me, I'll let you start for the next 5 games." And they could easily do something like that. Plus, D Wade's crafty, one of the craftiest players that have played, especially at the 2 guard, outside of Kobe. But I think D Wade's up there with one of the craftiest players to ever play. So
You want to go ahead and bring in Cole Anthony's dad, Greg, have him as a developmental coach for perimeter shooters.
yeah, we'll go ahead and get Austin and Doc Rivers in there too.
Hey, Doc Rivers, shout out to Doc Rivers and what he's doing with the Philadelphia 76ers this year. But yeah, yeah, just family ties, right?
Yep, yep.
Yeah, I kind of want to just to end on another note, throwing out another thing that I would like to see done if I'm taking over the team is I would like to retire some of the players' numbers. I was trying to research just to see if any of the numbers are retired. I think they retired maybe the six for the 6-man jersey, but like
What?
nothing official. Like, I think they have monuments and statues inside the arena, like cardboard cutouts or something like that, or something plastered on the wall. Like nothing really solid. So when you're in there in the arena and you're playing and you're watching the game and you're looking up, it's not up there. Like they need to go back.
Really?
I mean, you got players like uh, Armstrong, O'Neal, obviously Shaq, T Mac, Penny
Yeah,
Hardaway. I mean, some of these guys that have played for your franchise, yeah,
Dwight.
they may have not brought a chip to your team, but there's something there that's relatable from a legacy standpoint that some of these kids have heard of as far as some of these
Yeah,
younger players in the league. Like people know what Dwight Howard was. People know who Shaq is. You know, why not display that? That's part of your team's history. If you're waiting
yeah,
for that trophy that may or may not come because of you're not the Lakers or the Celtics or the New York Knicks, as far as people wanting to go there, give them something to go there. To me, that would also not only just motivate your players, but also motivate other players to want to come there. You know, like you said, the Donovan Mitchell going there because of the jersey would be cool, but just to see that, hey, they really honor their players. regardless of them winning a chip or not. Like not every franchise, like I said, could be the Boston Celtics. You really gotta put your foot out there sometimes and just honor that you've had great players that play. They just did not win you a championship, and that's fine. You're the Orlando Magic. Give hope to potential stars to want to come and be celebrated in your franchise like that. And statues. You mean talking about these guys who had a retired jersey? I like to see a collage statue. Like it'd be maybe pretty big, but like it's one kind of piece together.
Yeah.
Like with like Penny, Shaq, Armstrong, T Mac there, and just I'm probably missing another player or two, but just have them there in one statue. Like it'll be a pretty good sized statue, but like they're almost like they're in action on the court, just to make it look like, oh, dude, that's like a 2K type of thing where it's the all-time team for the Magic. Why not? Throw it all together. You don't have any of these players on the statue on the outside. You don't have their jerseys retired. Just do it all big at once. Like that would be one of my main things to do, is to show the fans that we appreciate this organization, and to show players that, hey, if you come here and you do us right, we're going to do you right as well.
Yeah.
You got to have something. You got to think outside the box. Like, yeah, it's a business. You want to profit from a franchise, but you also have to think that these franchises that are here are not just because, just exist for money purposes. Like they're entertaining, but the players are human too. And if you want them to be here and come up to your franchise and free agency and be like, hey, let's negotiate contracts, this is what you need to happen. Like it needs to be something that stands out from other players, not just, hey, we're going to temporarily put your name on a billboard for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm actually really surprised to hear that they don't have a single jersey retired. That's crazy to
I mean,
me.
that's from what I saw. That's all. I didn't get that. Like they have the jerseys or some type of memorabilia out in the halls from the
Uh-huh.
article I was reading. Like you can walk out, but like you're talking like if you're watching a halftime performance or you're just sitting down in an arena or something like that during a game and you look up and it's not there. Like you got to go to a certain section of the arena outside of the floor to find these items. Like that's not the same thing in my
Yeah.
opinion. Like
Yeah,
it's
definitely
there, you
not.
can say it's there. And if you're coming half an hour before the game, if you have free time to walk it when there's no game, sure. But if you're in the game where majority of the players, or I'm sorry, majority of the fans are just coming in to watch the game and then getting out, they're not going to the bathroom or anything, just to go home. Why
Yeah.
not show the respect there? And then, like I said, the statues can easily be placed outside of the main entrance or something, like most teams do, or the ones that do have a retired athlete or athletes statues outside.
Yeah, it's definitely weird. I don't know what I don't know. I feel like the players that we were naming off, if anything, have generated them more than enough money just from jersey
Right.
sales and shoe sales. So yeah, they
I
should
mean,
at
yeah,
least
these
do
players need to
something.
be respected. Like Trace McGrady, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Shaq, Hall of Fame. Like, give these guys some love.
Yeah, yeah. Shaq alone put Orlando Magic on the map. So
Yeah.
I,
Yeah. I mean, you can even do spin-offs going back to what I said about the jerseys with some of these players. You can do Blue Chips. It was a movie in the 90s, a Blue Chips edition one year, just because that's, when Shaq was first in the league and he did that movie and he was playing for the Orlando Magic. And like I said, the Shattered Stars jersey could be attributed to when Shaq shattered the backboard when he's playing for the Orlando Magic. Like you got moments here. So
yeah,
it's not like this is a dead franchise that hasn't been anywhere. Like it's been talked about and it's been in headline before. So they've even been to the finals a couple times. They just never won
yeah,
the whole thing. So yeah, don't disrespect your former players.
definitely. Yeah. I think maybe if they would have played somebody other than Kobe and the Lakers, they could have won the title. But yeah, can't play Kobe in the finals. You can't do that unless you're
Yeah,
Detroit or Boston.
and I think the other finals loss. Well, what year is that? Sorry if I'm wrong. I'm trying to think back. I think it would have been like 95 against the Rockets. 94 or 95. I'm sorry. I know there's some guys watching this. Shout out to Dwayne and Micah, and they're probably like, I know the answer, but yeah, but back then, so when Shaq and Penny were on the team, so yeah, I just want to wrap it up on kind of a semi high note there as far as what to do going forward. if we took over that team. But I mean, unfortunately, we're not owners, and also unfortunately, the owners are probably just looking at it through money, and maybe that's why a lot of these teams are getting sold off nowadays, because the new owners or the people that want to be owners are having some creative ideas and they want to see different things happen with the organization, like the Timberwolves being sold, or like Steve Ballmer with the Clippers, how he wanted a vision for the Clippers to be. And it just takes people that are motivated to do it, because the people that's been in the positions this long have just become stagnant and just look at it for profit. So
Yeah, for sure. It would honestly be hard to find a GM in the league that isn't in it for the money. But I don't know. I mean, Steve Ballmer. I mean, he looks like the Clippers' biggest fans when he's out there. So
exactly, and he's
then
right
again,
there too.
yeah. Then
Like, you know
again,
who
I
the
could be
owner
wrong. Yeah.
is.
So, uh,
Yeah,
but
you could
yeah,
be sitting courtside like Rick Ross or something, bro. Like just wearing a
yeah.
big chain and just,
I
I'm out
wish.
here.
I wish. Be the next Spike Lee.
There you go. But yeah, I want to thank everybody for watching this video. You know, this is our first episode, like I said, of PTO, Personal Takeover, where we're taking over the franchise and we just covered the Orlando Magic. If you like this video, give us a thumbs up and please subscribe to our videos and subscribe to our channel and catch our other videos. We do PPFs, which you and I started, Cousin Fred, where we do past, present, and future of an individual NBA player and kind of dive into what we think their future would be for the remainder of their career outside of injury. And then also like our podcasts, we're available on Spotify, Anchor.fm, Google Podcasts, Pocket Cast under KishYZ. You know, you can also follow us on Instagram and Twitter under KishYZ, KISH_YZ. Cuz Fred, you want to give any shout outs, last words, bro?
I'm shouting out Cole Anthony, man. That's my dude. I didn't think I would be this excited for a rookie, but I like Cole Anthony. I think he's got a lot of potential. So that's who my shout out is going to.
Yeah, I like to shout out the Orlando Magic. Shout out to Penny Hardaway, because I was a big fan of his when I was growing up. Like, he was actually like my favorite player back in the day. Like, I remember reading a book and then like trying to draw him, and I had his little doll. Oh, I should have got that out. I should have dug in my garage and got that out. I still have the Penny Hardaway doll. I don't know if it works anymore. It's been in the bin for like 10 plus years,
Oh man.
because I regret not having any Orlando Magic gear ready. I think I ordered some stuff, but it's not here yet, like a hat and a shirt. But I could have got that doll. Sorry about that. I do have it though. I'm sure I have it. I hope I have it. So I'll have to pull it up some other time when we cover this. But yeah, once again, thank you, Cuz Fred, for chilling with us. You know, I guess you keeping it local, or is there any place that they can find you anywhere else? Shout out to your streaming service. You're on
y-
Twitch, bro. Go ahead and plug
yeah,
that
yeah,
in.
yeah. I was gonna say, you can find me on Twitch. I don't really have a set schedule. I just kind of stream when I want. I am streaming this Saturday night, probably like 9 or 10 maybe. The Twitch channel name is Ranking Up Gaming. So come check me out if you want some laughs and watch me get mad.
Go ahead and spell that out for the players, and I'll try to put a card in for you.
RANKINUPGAMING.
Yep. And he will be, yeah, like you said, streaming Saturday, Overwatch Pugs. And also streaming would be Your Bud 36, our special guest that's on here as well. And I will be existing in that game. I'm not a streamer for the games. I'm not on Twitch, but I will be, I guess, a part of y'all's stream since y'all are streaming the same games. I'll be in there on Saturday. So yeah, check us out there and check out Ranking Up Gaming on Twitch. Everybody, this has been Kicking in the Second Half. Kish YZ, peace and love.